So I finally mastered the AC-42 and got the tier 1 skin for it, and at first I wasn't really a fan of the weapon. I was having a hard time getting a lot of kills with it, but then I started setting it up with different attachments, and oh boy can I say that this gun is a beast. So I wanted to share my setup for this weapon with all of you, and maybe it'll help you see the power of this weapon. So for the barrels, I started using a suppressor because I found myself often pushing with the AC-42. So I have the heavy suppressor because this completely hides you from the minimap no matter the distance you are from your target. And then as a secondary attachment, I have the Warhawk compensator to reduce vertical recoil. And then the long barrel, and I sometimes swap out to this one, I am firing at range, at which I would suggest putting the weapon in single fire because burst is completely useless at range, because the only bullet that's really going to hit is probably going to be the first one, as the other two are just going to go above where you're aiming because of the recoil. For the underbarrel attachment, so I have the laser sight on here. The reason being, this gun is an absolute monster in close quarter engagements because of the speed at which rounds come out of the weapon, and it actually has really good hipfire accuracy as well. So putting the laser sight on there and turning it on when you are getting into close quarter combat situations gives it even more hipfire accuracy, and I'm telling you, you can absolutely decimate people with this weapon. And I found myself hip firing it more because it is more difficult to track targets that are moving in close quarter engagements with a burst fire weapon, and it's a lot easier to, in my opinion, follow them and track them when you're hip firing. And then I have a couple of grenade launcher attachments here, so the incendiary to clear corners or rooms, and then the smoke to hide myself or use it for cover when pushing objectives. As for the magazines, I have the regular magazine and then the high power rounds, albeit I didn't find that much of a difference with the high power rounds. I was doing just as well, if not better, with the base magazine. You could also put the extended mag on here, I just don't have it equipped. But having just the base mag on there, you still do a lot of damage, even though you are reducing your firepower with the suppressor. You're still doing a ton of damage with the bursts, and even in longer range engagements. This gun is an absolute monster, so I didn't really feel the need to put the high power rounds on there because you're still doing really decent damage with the base mag, and also you don't get as much ammo in the mag with the high power ammo, and you know, it reduces the rate of fire, reload speed, and it also increases the gun's recoil. As for the sights, this is personal preference. I just have a simple red dot on there for close to medium range, and then I have a couple of sights here that I've been meaning to change out, something a little bit higher than a 2.5x, but I found myself just using the 1.25 red dot sight, even for a little bit longer ranges, and putting this gun on single fire, you can do a lot of damage very quickly with this weapon. So that is my best setup for the AC-42. I've been using it extensively, and I've been using it a lot in close quarter engagements, as I said, in burst fire with the laser sight on, and good lord, is it a powerhouse. Now, you might find that the rate of fire is kind of inconsistent at times, and I also found that, so just beware. It does take some getting used to using this weapon, and it can be frustrating at times, but pop it on single fire when you're fighting people at longer ranges, because burst fire is completely useless. And then when you're moving into medium to close range engagements, that's the point at which you would want to put this weapon on burst fire and have the laser sight on there, and you can just hip fire for days. It is super accurate. You're dealing a ton of damage with 2 bursts. Any enemy is going down, no problem whatsoever. And having the underbarrel grenade launcher with the 40mm incendiary and the smoke allows you to carry a regular grenade instead of a smoke grenade, and then have the ability to conceal yourself with the smoke launcher. Just be aware though that there is a bug with grenade launchers right now in vehicles. So if you have a grenade launcher, when you go inside a vehicle and then you get out of the vehicle, I found that 99% of the time when I exit the vehicle, I can't aim down sight. So just be aware that with the vehicles, if you have a grenade launcher on your gun, that might be causing some issues with ADS or aim. So yeah, but give this weapon a try. Use this setup. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.